Chapter 10 Gases. Exercise 10.39. Use the appropriate simple law to complete the table. We see one blank in the first row, one in the second row, and another in the third row. Part A. Complete the first row of the table by calculating V2. We have P1, V1, N1, T1, P2, V2, N2, T2. We know volume is inversely proportional to pressure. Volume is proportional to the number of moles. Volume is also proportional to temperature. So let's look at the first row. N1 equals N2. T1 equals T2. Therefore, we'll simply just use the fact that the volume is inversely proportional to the pressure. So here we set up the equation. V2 divided by V1 is, it's inversely proportional to pressure. So it's going to be this divided by 1 over P1. Alright? Because again, volume is inversely proportional to pressure. And then we can simplify this. It's gonna be P1 over P2. And P1 over P2, we have the values 1.7 over P2 is 2.4. And therefore, V2 is V1 times this. Alright? V1 8.0 times 1.7 over 2.4. We have the answer here to 5.7. So this is 5.7. We can double check qualitatively. When pressure increases from 1.7 to 2.4, the volume should decrease. Over here from 8 to 5.7. So it makes sense. 5.7. 2 stick figures. Alright, so make sure you remember this equation. P1 V1 equals P2 V2. Now part B, complete the second row. So let's look at the second row. In the second row, we can see P1 equals P2. So we don't have to worry about the pressure. And volume over here is proportional to N1. It's proportional to T1. So what we will do is V1 versus V2 is going to be N1 versus N2 times T1 versus T2. Now we'll set it up here. So V1 divided by V2 is going to be this over here. It should be N1 over N2 because the volume is proportional to the number of moles, and here T1 over T2. This is how we set up the equation, and then N1 is 0.28 on top, and N2 0. N1 and N2 are also the same. So we don't have to worry about this. Let me get rid of it. And T1 is 295. T2 is 355. Alright, so V1 is V2 times this. V2 is 7.4. The answer is 6.1. V1 here is 6.1. The volume is smaller at a lower temperature than the volume at a higher temperature. 6.1 1 here. So you can see V1 is proportional to T1, volume is proportional to temperature. Complete the third row. The third row is here, V2 is missing here. P1 equals P2. V1 is larger. Oh well, we don't have V2. N1 is smaller than N2. T1 equals T2. Well, so we just need to look at the difference between N1 and N2 because we have the same pressure, we also have the same temperature. Alright, so V2 divided by V1 equals N2 divided by N1. Alright, volume is proportional to the number of moles. The more gas you have, the larger volume this gas occupies. So it's 1.75 and 1 over here is 0.76. And V1 is 17.6. Alright, and then the rest is easy. V2 is 17.6 times this ratio. So what I will do is I will just use 17.6 times the ratio of the number of moles. We get 40.5 here. This is incorrect. I need to double check the numbers. P1 equals P2. T1 equals T2. And we have 1.75 on top, 0.76 on bottom. I think the calculation is correct. 2 sig figures. Yeah, I forgot to round my answer here to 2 significant figures. Alright, and when we do multiplication or division, we look at the number with the least number of sig figures. Over here we have only 2 sig figures in 0.76. So in the final answer we should keep also only 2 sig figures.